Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so beat right now. I'm so beat. All right. Welcome. Today we're going to have a fully dynamic. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome. What? I don't know what you all are typing about in the comments. It seems like we've gone off subject, but tonight we're going to be talking to Black men. I'm going to open up the phone line. Someone asked before we went live if this is going to be a boondoggle. I'm going to try for it not to be a boondoggle, but you never know once things start cracking. You never know. But let's go ahead and get live on these other platforms. Oh my goodness. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host, Tonya TKO. Let's go ahead. We are live on Twitch. Come on in. Come. All right. We are live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. And the community is building over there on Instagram. We are live on all platforms. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Let me bust a little wine for you all. Let me bust a little hey. Let me get a little wine for you all going. Hey. Hey. Welcome. Hey. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. I am your host, Tonya TKO, and as you know, I am a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love. Where's my thing going? I help you learn how to love yourself as well as one another. I am a life coach, a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and I have just gotten into the game of matchmaking to help you all be able to meet one another in healthy relationships. So tonight we are opening up the conversation between Black men and Black women. I spoke with you all earlier about inviting some men here who can speak intelligently about the subject at hand. Welcome. And so I'm going to open up the phone lines. The question is, Black men, why are you so mad at Black women, feminism, welfare? It seems like there's a lot of anger and a lot of vitriol going on out there. Jessica says, why I gotta be about welfare? Listen, there's so many questions that I have, so many questions. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pull up the suffragette timeline, right? So that we can, this is going to be, I'm going to ask you all a question, right? I'm going to ask you all a question. In what year did women, right? In what year did women gain the right to open bank accounts in the United States? I don't want you to look it up. I'm going to give a shout out to the person who answers, but what year? Because we're going to look at what the women's rights movement, what feminism wanted in this country. What were the tenets? I asked you all to do some homework before we came back out to have this conversation, right? Jaquetta wants to know why this topic. Why do you think? I can explain why. We broadcasted live on Fanbase the other night. And during the conversation, we were talking, marriage benefits men. Marriage benefits men more than it benefits women. It benefits Black men even more, right? But yet Black men are so reluctant to marry. And we invited some men up on the stage, and a lot of these men were really angry. Well, not a lot of them. Actually, a minority of them were very angry, but angry enough to make the loudest noise, right? And so I want to ask the question. So people are answering. Sam said 1960s. Rhonda says 1965. So women were not given the right to open a bank account until the 1960s in this country. We were not. And so when we start talking about feminism and what feminism wanted, right? Hold on, I'm trying to get these cookies accepted on my thing. So here. So let's take a look, right? This is the American Bar Association. This is the timeline. I want you all to take a look at this, the 19th Amendment. So 1847, the first Women's Rights Convention came out. Then, so here it says the first Women's Rights Convention is held in Seneca Falls, New York. There were 68 women and 32 men signed a Declaration of Sentiments, which modeled the Declaration of Independence. They wanted women to have the right to vote. 1849, they wanted voting rights for women, right? They proposed a set of 12 resolutions calling for equal treatment of women and men under the law and voting rights for women. So what did they want? They wanted equal protection under the law. They wanted voting rights. They wanted the right to be able to vote. Women, you know what? Let's take a look at the tenets. Feminism. What did the feminists want? Let's see. Feminism, right? Let's look up a definition of feminism, and then we will go to Wikipedia, right? God, this is sad that we even have to do this. But here, so the definition for feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes. That's according to Merriam-Webster dictionary, right? Or is that just the Google? But I wonder where they got it from. Oh, they got it from Oxford. All right. So Wikipedia, which is user-generated information, feminism is a range of socio-political movements and ideologies that aim to define and establish the political, economic, personal, and social equality of the sexes. Feminism incorporates the position that society prioritizes the male point of view and that women are treated unjustly. Basically, what they were asking for is they wanted domestic violence to stop. They wanted to be able to be guaranteed equal protection under the law. They wanted to be able to have the right to vote, right? I want to talk to some men that feel that they know more, right, about what feminism wanted. And we're also going to talk about the difference between feminism and womanism, right? So let's continue going forward with the suffragette movement or the suffrage movement, right? Women's suffrage. So the first National Women's Rights Convention was held in 1849. You can read all of this by yourself. I just wanted to go through this really quickly. 1850, Ain't I a Woman? A Women's Rights Convention in Akron, Ohio, with Sojourner Truth, a former enslaved woman, delivers her now memorable speech, Ain't I a Woman? 1860, the Civil War started. 1865, the formation of the American Equal Rights Association. 1867, we got the ratification of the 14th Amendment, which stated that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, and that right may not be denied to any of the male inhabitants of such state being 21 years of age and citizens of the United States. So when 1867 came around and the ratification of the 14th Amendment was put into play, we gained the right to be considered citizens, people who were formerly enslaved, unless, and you know the caveat to the 14th Amendment, unless you were incarcerated, right? Let's go back. 1867, the introduction of a federal women's suffrage amendment. The suffragists split into two organizations in 1868. 1869, ratification of the 15th Amendment. The 15th Amendment was the right of the citizens of the United States to vote and shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous conditions of servitude. So 1869, we got the right to vote as formerly enslaved people. 1870, Victoria Woodhull addressed the U.S. House of Representatives. 1870, the Anti-Suffrage Party is founded. So as women are trying to get the right to vote, they started coming out with parties against women being able to vote. Then in 1871, Susan B. Anthony resigns and votes for Ulysses S. Grant in the presidential election. Minor v. Happerstat in 1873, the Supreme Court rules in Minor v. Happerstat that the 14th Amendment does not guarantee women the right to vote. Citizenship does not give women voting rights, and women's political rights are under individual state jurisdiction. The court determines. 1875, the Declaration of Rights for Women. 1877, introduction to the Women's Suffrage Amendment into Congress. It was shot down. It did not pass. 1890, formation of the National American Women's Suffrage Association. 1896, the National Association of Colored Women is formed. 1911, the National Association that opposed women's suffrage is now organized. 1912, Theodore Roosevelt party supports women's suffrage. 1913, suffragist organizations, they do a parade in Washington, D.C., in which these women are arrested for being in the middle of the street. Alice Hall is sent to prison. She does a hunger strike. 1913, the formation of the Congressional Union for Women's Suffrage, right? So Alice Paul, let's see, 1915, Mabel Vernon, Sarah, the Transcontinental Tour. 1916, the renaming of the Congressional Women's Party. 1916, the first woman elected to the House of Representatives. 1917, World War I. 1917, Alice Paul begins a hunger strike. She starts denying herself food in prison. And then they force feed her eggs and milk for nutrition. In 1918, World War I ends in November. And this is when things started to change. In January, after much bad press of the treatment of Alice Paul and the other imprisoned women, and the country still at war in World War I, President Wilson announced that women's suffrage is urgently needed as a quote unquote war measure. World War I ends in November. Then in 1919, the Women's Suffrage Amendment is introduced in Congress in 1878. And in 1920, the formation of the League of Women Voters forms. So then in 1920 as well, women finally got the right to vote. But this was something that was going on. You see, this went on from 1847 until 1920. We're going to look it up. When did women gain the right to open a bank account, right? When could women open bank account, right? Here. In the 1960s, women gained the right to open a bank account. Shortly after, in 1974, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act passed, which was supposed to prohibit credit discrimination on the basis of gender. So women couldn't get mortgages. Women couldn't get a bank account. Before 1920, women couldn't get custody of their children. If they divorced, their husband would get custody of the children. Women couldn't have a bank account. They couldn't own property. And so there were a lot of problems in this country. There was a movie that came out called Suffragette. Go watch that movie. It shows you more in depth about the way and what happened with women. But women didn't pick up guns and started shooting down men. They continued to go and plead their case. So now there are so many men that are upset with feminism. And I'm trying to figure out why. Why are Black men so upset with feminism? I'm going to open up the phone lines. I asked you all to please invite men here who could speak intelligently. And so the phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. That is the telephone number to call in. 323-488-3149. I will be answering apples that come in. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, let me get my headpiece in so that we can hear. I'm curious because I want to know, what is it that is upsetting men so much about women wanting to vote, about women wanting to be able to be protected from getting beat up by their husbands? There's so many Black men that keep talking about how their grandmothers' relationships lasted so long, but were these grandmothers happy? I'm going to play a video for you all so that we can see real quick. It's a video that has gained a lot of traction on my, hold on, I got to grab this call. Let's see. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where are you calling from? I can't hear you, so give me just 1 second. I have to probably get the things in the right ear. All right, you're on the ear live with Tonya. What's your name? Where you calling from? The sound did not come through, so I hope that everything is connected properly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, in October, I typically put on my costumes. And today, what does this headpiece remind you of? When I saw it, I was like, wow, it just looked so Mother Messiah to me. So I decided to put this on tonight. So I'm going to show you all this video that is that made its rounds on my where is the video? It's of the grandmother. Here. Here's the video.
If you had to give your younger self any advice, what would it be?
Okay. So let's get this video over here and we shall move the screen so that we can play this for us today. All right, here we go. All right, this is Granny's Biggest Regret. That's the name of the video.
If you had to give your younger self any advice, what would it be?
Obey my mother. I finished high school at 16, and she had planned to send me from Fort Worth back to Marshall, Texas to Wiley College, because I would have been the first grandchild of her 18 sisters and brothers to go to college. But I got married. Oh, she was so disappointed. And it took me 4 years and 4 babies to realize I was going to have to raise my husband too. So I cut my losses. I went home to my mother. And do you know, I had nerve enough to say, I'm ready to go to college now. And she says, I got no money to send you to nobody's college.
Ooh.
These are the boomers. These are the people who are right. So let's continue going forward. If you want to watch that, it's on my Instagram page. It's on my TikTok page. So basically, what did we hear here? This older Black woman, she talked about the biggest regret of her life was getting married. And then there were so many women that came out and they started talking on that post about what the reality of the situation was behind the scenes with their mothers and grandmothers and how their mothers and grandmothers were trapped. You remember I did that video. We were on that show, right? I'll pull it up for us and we're going to take the next call that
Hold
comes
on.
in, right?
Hold on.
Okay.
Tonya, this is Tina, the boomer. Millennials, are they still getting married?
You know, it's interesting that you say that because we're in a dangerous time right now where, you know, Japan doesn't know if they're going to be a country in 150 years because women are opting out of dating because the men are unmarriageable. In this country, we're also seeing something similar. I don't know if you saw the article that went viral in Psychology Today, where it talked about the rise of single, lonely men because they're not willing to do the work internally to make sure that they're good partners. This is also one of the first generations where men have to be good partners in order to get married. Back in the boomer generation and the silent generation, men could come however they wanted because women were trapped into marriage, but no more.
All right, Tonya, we got to get going here. We're running out of time. Thank you
And
so much.
they ran out of time. They ran out of time.
Right?
do.
They ran out of time.
Thank you, Tonya.
Thank you so much, Tonya.
We were on Good Day,
Hold on.
it was it San Diego or Sacramento? I believe it was San Diego. Good Day San Diego. They had me on. And we talked about that. And there were a lot of men who came out and they were angered by this for some reason. There are men on TikTok who are up in arms, angry with me, and I don't understand why. So I've opened up the phone lines. Here's the telephone number right there, 323-488-3149. And I want to hear. I want to hear, Black men, why are you so angry with Black women as a whole? Like, what have Black women done to Black men? They go out there, they march for Black men, they throw on their capes and throw their bodies on the line for Black men. There's still so many submissive Black women. There's still so many pick-me's out there. Why are they angry that I did the pick-me mating call? This is one of my most stitched videos. The pick-me mating call is one of my most stitched videos. People are angry, Black men angry at the video. For what reason? I don't know. It's bizarre. I'm submissive. they are angry at this video. They don't know why. They just angry at me because I did the pick me mating call. But there's enough pick me's out there that are not being picked. Why must they come to me angry? Why are the phone lines not opening? I gave you all so much time to prepare. Men, where are you? Black men have so much to say otherwise. Why is the line not ringing? What has happened? I'm here waiting. 323-488-3149. Why are the calls not? I don't understand why the calls are not ringing off the hook. You all got so much to say otherwise. What's happening? The numbers on the screen. This is the time. I told you all to invite the men from the manosphere to speak. But what's happening? We're all alone, waiting. All alone on a Friday evening. Outside I hear the rain is peeling, peeling, peeling. Don't you know my tears will burn the pillow? Set this place on fire, 'cause I'm tired of your lie. Oh, the phone, it rings. Here we go, finally. Welcome on the line. What's your name and where are you calling from, caller? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
It is a woman's voice.
I'm sorry.
I thought the men them was gonna call in.
They're. I'm sorry. My name is Tonya. They're not gonna call in because the fact of the matter is they have failed and they have to be held accountable. We are making them to be more held accountable this time.
Hold on, someone's calling on the other line. Let me just check it real quick. Hold on. You're in the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good afternoon, Tonya. This is Isaac. I'm calling from California.
It's a man. We got a man on the line. Yes, Isaac, you said?
Yes.
All right, Isaac.
But I'm not calling to advocate for for the manosphere or anything like that. I'm a married man, been married and happily in love with my wife.
Okay. So what's going on? Why are black men so angry with black women?
From what I know and from what I can understand is they're unhappy with themselves. They're not angry at black women. They're unhappy with themselves because they have no sense of who they really truly are.
Where are you getting this information from? How did you come to this conclusion?
Just from everyday life when I'm interacting with them. I'm a barber, so I get to talk to the youth and I get to talk to older men and everything. So it's a lot of men who aren't married, who are afraid of marriage because they have adapted to this Western society that, you know what I mean, if you spend your money on a woman or if you marry a woman or if you with a woman and you taking care of her, then you're a trick or, you know what I mean, something like that, or a woman's going to play you out your money, which no other race thinks that way. Every other race knows that it is your obligation, your right, your God-given right to take care of your woman.
So what is it that you're hearing? Since you're on ground zero in the barbershop, I know you talk to a lot of men. What are you hearing them saying?
Well, I hear them saying that, how they say that black women are very masculine. They don't want to listen. They're hard-headed. The whole "I don't need a man" movement, that whole thing, that kind of upsets the men when they feel like they're inferior. But again, they put themselves in these situations because if you're not providing, if you're not in the household, if you're not being the man, then what do you expect her to do?
Mm.
So this is
Mm.
what I'm getting from them. And they don't exactly know exactly how to be a man because they've never really seen an image or a replication of a man except for someone who looks other than themselves. Now,
Oh,
see,
white
back in my
man.
day, right. See, in my day, I had my grandfather, I had my uncles, people like that who had marriages and who had relationships that lasted through the test of time. They died together, even
Okay.
though they weren't perfect. They weren't perfect, but they had the good God sense to at least be there for their children and to
Mm.
and to at least try to love each other. Because again, we're talking about people who were married at 15, 16 years old, who really didn't
Mm.
even know themselves at all.
Got you. Got you. This is very interesting. I want to know, why aren't they mad at the father who wasn't there? Why are they mad at the mother who was?
Well, I was in that same situation, Tanya. I'm
Okay,
not gonna
talk to
lie
me.
to you. See,
Mhm.
my mother, she was a drug addict, and
Mm.
she stole from us. You know what I mean? She abused us financially,
Mm.
psychologically, and
Mhm.
spiritually. And
Yeah.
so you're always mad at the parent that's doing directly the things to you. But see, exactly what you said. I had to take a step back and had to take some of that anger at my father for not being there to protect me from those things. That was his
Oh.
job. His job was to protect me, and her job was to nurture me, and they both failed.
Mm. Yeah, so in your situation, I can definitely understand why you would be upset with your mother because, she stole from you, she abused you. And you're right. If your mother was so unfit, where was the father to protect you from that? And that's the question that's not answered that I just don't understand. Why are they not upset with the person who allowed them to stay? You have two parents. Why is the blame and the anger and animus only directed towards one parent?
Well, it's directed towards the parent that's there, firstly, and then secondly, the first person in this world and the only person in this world that you love first is your mother. Those are 9 times out of 10 maybe the first words that comes out of a child's mouth. Mama is the name of God for a child. So
Okay.
you cling on to your mother. You love your mother unequivocally more than anything because especially as a man, you want to protect your mother when it's really not your job at that age to try to protect your mother. And for you to be put in that position is going to cause psychological effects. And I can understand how that happens.
Okay. 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 Well, you know what? We appreciate your point of view. We appreciate your point of view. I wonder though, because there seems to be something embedded in little boys that just makes them want to protect their mother. I saw a meme that came across my space many, 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 many moons ago of a little boy who had a scissors in his waist, and he was like, "Don't worry, mama, I'm gonna protect you," right? I gotta find this meme. But it just seems like there's something just embedded in boys. But you're saying that that's going to cause damage from the boy wanting to protect his mother. Tell us more about that.
Well, the simple fact that you want to grow up too early. You know what I mean? You want to be a warrior before you've even had training to be a warrior. As
Mm,
Aboriginal people, you know what I mean? We have that in us already. We already have that warrior spirit. But when
okay.
you're unskilled and unlearned, just like the Bible says, you're going to make unrash decisions as to where you're gonna try to protect your mother in a situation where as to where she was there, she was supposed to be protecting you, and your father was
Right.
supposed to be there to protect both of you.
Right.
How
Exactly.
you going
Yeah.
how you gonna be a man? How you going? I mean, it's just like how these women now. You know what I mean? How it's gotten kind of twisted now. The women are dressing their kids, their sons up to be like dressing them up to be like the man that they want. You know what I mean? Calling them the man of the house. How can he be the man of the house when he's still a child? And you're putting that responsibility into him, on him, and you're putting that vibration in his soul and in his mind. So automatically, any man that you bring into that house, he's going to have conflict with because he feels he's the man of that house.
Okay. Well, don't children just naturally gravitate towards feeling like they're in a relationship with their opposite sex parent anyway?
I'm not certain because again, you know what I mean. I don't know that far into it, but I do
Mm-hmm.
know that the first person that I've ever loved was a woman, and that was my mother. You know what I
Right.
mean? So and I'm sure I can echo. I'm sure that echoes through every community in the world. You know what I mean? Your mother is your pride. I mean, you always want to protect because you think your dad is Superman at that point. When you look at your
Right.
dad, you see you think of He-Man. You think of somebody that he could slap Jesus and wouldn't it would be no problem. But your mother, you think of as the nurturer, the frail one. You know what I mean? The one who's lacking strength when really she's the strongest one because 9 times out of 10, she's the one holding you down.
Got you, got you, got you, got you, got you. All right. Well, you know what? I appreciate you sharing that point of view. I am going to put a meme up on the screen. I was able to find it while you were talking, so thank you for holding that down. Let me get this onto the
Yeah.
screen. Give me one quick second. You know what? Let me see if I can
Yeah.
download it rather than try to put it up on the screen because when I start doing all of that, sometimes things just go awry. But I want to show this picture that I thought was so cute when oh, where's the photo? Oh, here's the photo. I thought it was so cute, right? But I did think it was a little crazy. So here, I'm putting it up on the screen right now. So it says here, this woman is like, "Lord help me. I can't make this up." Cam is running to the store with me and he says, "Mom, if anyone messes with you, I got you." And he's lifting up his little shirt and he got his little baby scissors down there. And so you're saying that this is problematic. It's problematic when little boys feel this protective spirit, or is it problematic when we don't stop them from feeling as if they are the man of the house? When does the problem come in?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? I think it's a boundary. You know, it's a boundary as to where you should want your child to stay a child, your little boy to
Got
stay
you.
a little boy. You know what I
Got you.
mean? And as to where the mother, the boundary as to where she should want to be the mother and not be the wife or the girlfriend, essentially. You know what I mean? He
Got
shouldn't
you.
have to
Got you.
protect the house at 5 and 6 years old. That's
Got
that's
you.
you know, I mean, that's asinine.
Got you. So we definitely, so you're saying that we have to have those boundaries up, that it's going to be a natural instinct, but we need to tell little boys, listen, you're still a little boy, stay in a little boy's place. Otherwise, when she does begin to date, he's going to feel as if he's the man of the house and he's going to have too much of a burden already placed on him when that there should be clear lines.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. Thank
yeah.
you
And
so
then
much.
and then and then
Well,
al-
I want
and
I
then
want us to
also
be able
it's like
to let's make this
and then
last
for
point
me,
really quick, okay?
I'm sorry. And then for me, it's like I was that little boy. I witnessed my mother getting beat by my father. I stepped in, bit him on the leg, and he slapped me into a wall. You know, and my mother tried to console me and all of that, but I was mad at my father for that. But again, I overstepped my boundaries. You know what I mean? I overstepped. He should have had more control. He should have been more of a man, not to be putting himself and me and my mother in that situation. And it took me a little while. It took me a while. It took me having children. Took me being married. It took me, you know what I mean, growing spiritually and mentally to understand that exactly like you said, a child has to
Um,
stay in the child's place.
yeah, hold on though. Hold on. I don't think it's unnatural for children, animals, pets, anyone to want to jump in and stop somebody, especially their mother, from getting beat up. When you say overstepped your bounds, that mother effer needed to be bit in the jugular. He needed to have his life ended that night. So
Yeah,
I
but not by me, Tanya. You know what I'm saying? That's me jumping into a man's role. You know what I mean? That's me
No,
jumping
I
into a
don't.
man's role.
I don't know what you mean because it's it's the role of any passerby in their spirit to want to stop a defenseless person from getting harmed. And I'm sorry that your father slapped you into the wall, but there are children naturally want to protect their mother. And if somebody is beating up on her, the children, even little girls jump in, not because they feel that they're the woman of the house, but because the person that they love is being harmed.
I agree, Tonya. All I'm saying is, both of them shouldn't have had me in that situation. You understand? That's my point is.
Yeah, no,
That's where
listen,
that's where that,
I understand. I just want to make sure that you know that you were not out of bounds by wanting to protect your mother. You may not have been strong enough, but it is natural. So what are children just supposed to be like, "Oh well, mama, let me get the popcorn. Oh, daddy." I mean, it's going to be natural.
no,
Even dogs want to charge at the person trying to attack the human that they love. So
right.
it's unfortunate that your father was a violent maniac, but you didn't step out of a child's place. You were in the role of somebody who wanted to stop harm from coming to somebody that they loved.
Yeah. And you're right. You know, what I mean, I just, again, I just feel that, again,
Yeah.
when two adults are in a relationship or in any situation, and they stop thinking about the child and they start thinking more about themselves, as to where they get selfish and they start fighting and things like that, and they put the child into the equation, as to where the child has to grow up early, then that's when the damages come in.
Yeah, when you say that they were fighting, you're saying that your father was not beating up your mother, that they were having an equal fight?
No, 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 no. It was never equal. Never equal. I just said fighting as a metaphor, but yeah, no, no, it was
Because
never an
Kevin
equal fight.
Samuels tried to posit as if black women are not getting beat up, that they're actually participating in this fight. Somebody in the comments said that your mother didn't put you in that position, that your father did. Your father is the one who was beating up your mother. So it's like, what could your mother have done differently?
Chose better.
What happened?
Chose better.
So you
Chose
wish that
chose
you
a
so you
better.
wish that you were never born.
Well, no, that doesn't mean that. That just means that I would have been born by somebody else. I love my father. Don't get it twisted.
You
Don't get
would
me
not
wrong.
have been born if it was somebody else. You would be a completely different, you wouldn't be you. The spirit that inhabited your body, that's inhabiting your body right now, came of your mother and your father from the choice that she and he made. So you're saying that she should have chosen better rather than him just having been a better person? There was a
Well,
reason
again,
why.
you
Listen, listen,
actually
listen,
you
listen.
asked,
Hold on, hold on,
but
hold on, hold on, hold
but,
on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
uh-huh,
I need to just
uh-huh,
express this. You said that your
uh-huh,
mother was a drug addict, right?
uh-huh.
So there were things that happened in your mother's life and past that drove her to drugs in the first place. From the research that I have done, people who become addicted to drugs, that they are using the drugs as some sort of way to numb some feelings that they do not want to deal with. So the stuff that happened to your mother that drove her to drugs in the first place were things that happened long before you were even considered. She chose your father based on the mentality and rationale that she had, the same rationale that drove her to drugs. She was making the best choice that she could have made with who it is that she was already programmed to be as a human being. It is I got into this discussion this past week when, because I went to see The Woman King, right? And I enjoyed the movie very much. And there was no black man on the internet that was going to stop me from being able to go see The Woman King. But nonetheless, the argument that I got into with this person was saying that the persons who sold people into enslavement were just as bad as the people who bought them. And my point is, a person can try to sell a human if they want to, but what does the person who feels that they bought this human, what is it that they do with that human? Because a friend of mine was in Laos years ago, and there was a man who tried to sell him his daughter, right? So you can quote unquote buy a person, but what do you do with that person? Do you take that person to the orphanage and set them free? Do you take that person and allow them their freedom papers and do right by that person? So your mother chose a man. It was his responsibility not to be an abuser. It was his responsibility not to hit.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
This chose better argument takes away from the fact that people are making the very best choice that they can based on who it is that they are and how it is that they were programmed. And then also, some of these women who are getting into these relationships and choosing men are very, very young. How old was your mother when she got with your father?
Well, she was my mother was 19 and my father was 26, and my mother was like a virgin at the time, and he was her first. But my father is the one who introduced my mother to drugs.
So here we go. So let's talk about this real quick, and then I do have to let you go to get somebody else on the line. Men
No problem.
seem to love naive women who don't know what to look for. So now
Yeah.
we are assigning the responsibility of choosing better to a naive, inexperienced virgin who has never had another partner. He chose a woman who did not know how to choose better, and she made the choice, the best choice that she felt that she could have made at the time. She was young, she was inexperienced, and she was naive, just like how men like them. And then when they turn out to be demons, so to speak, they turn around and say, well, you should have chosen better. You chose an 18-year-old person. Now, what the hell does an 18-year-old person know? You chose a 16-year-old person. What does this 16-year-old know about choosing better? And then they look at an older woman and they're like, oh, you're old and you're used up. Who used her up? Ugh.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for calling in. This was a great call. Thank you. Thank you.
I greatly appreciate you, Tonya.
Yeah, we appreciate you too. Have a great evening.
All right, you too.
All right. All right. Whew. Somebody is saying no excuse. Both the man and the woman chose wrong. Hush that down. Let a
Hello?
child be a child. You are on the air live with Tonya TKO. What is your name and where are you calling in from?
My name is King. I'm calling in from Texas.
Yeah, hi, King, calling in from Texas. So the question is, why are Black men so angry with Black women, with feminism, with welfare, all of that? Why are they so angry?
I think because actually they don't have any win, you know,
What do you mean?
within all that. I think, with the women's empowerment, situation, or I don't know what you would call it, whatever type of movement that's going on right now.
Mm.
Um, Women are like, okay, I'm gonna dress how I want to dress. I'm a do what I want to do, and men have no say so.
In the way a woman dresses? What say so is a man supposed to have in how she dresses?
Well, I mean, if it's too provocative, I mean, if I'm going somewhere with my woman, and she's dressing very provocative, I should, have it say, hey man, that's too much, for whatever, this restaurant or whatever, because that'll put a man's life in danger. And men just don't want all that attention, most men.
So if you are with a woman who dresses in a manner in which you are not in alignment with, what are your options?
I mean, to tell her about it, the only option is to leave her.
Okay. So
And
if,
and,
if
and
that is
I
your
think,
option, then I don't understand why that is not an option for you.
yeah, I mean, me at my age now, like, I wouldn't, I wouldn't be with a woman that dresses hella provocative. I'm speaking more from the younger men's, standpoint.
It still just doesn't
And
make any sense because everybody, you know how they have the right to work, how they have right to work states? In the right to
yes,
work states, they could fire you with no, you know how some places you have to have the three write-ups and the HR and all this. In a right to work state, I believe they can fire you without those three write-ups. In a relationship, nobody is bound into a girlfriend boyfriend relationship. Like you're saying that they're mad at women because women can dress however they want to dress and they don't leave the
no,
woman
no, no. I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm saying the reason is men pretty much don't have any say at all.
in what? What are they supposed to have to say in? Help me understand.
Um, like I don't know. It's hard to explain. Let me
You
see.
called in,
Like I
so
mean,
please explain it.
you can't say anything because okay, if you're a young man and you're looking for a wife out here, I'll take it to me. Like me, when I was out here looking for a woman, it it'd be very hard. The roles have switched, and it's almost like the women don't want the commitment. You know, the women are hitting it and quitting it, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're a young man and you're looking for a traditional woman that operates with class, and like I grew up with a whole family full of black women. They're all classy. They're all married. They all carry. There's no ratchetness behavior. They not twerking in the restaurant so. I would look at other women, you know, with that ratchet behavior, just that whole little Meg the Stallion,
Yeah, but
fuck
but
a
my
nigga.
question to you is let's go back. Let's go back, right? So you're saying that they're upset with women because now women are hitting it and quitting it and they're looking for traditional women. Was his dick
Yeah,
not a part of this hit and quit? Was his dick participating in this sexual activity?
yeah, yeah, it was.
Right. So help me understand if a man does not want to have intercourse on the first date, who is beating his penis into erection? Who's punching his dick to attention?
I mean, yeah, they want sex on the first date, you know,
So then why are they
but it's
upset
but
by that? Are you talking about yourself?
not me. I've been
So
in a relationship for about
you haven't had this
7 years.
intercourse on the first date looking for a woman?
Yeah, yeah, I have.
So you were upset that these women were having intercourse with you on the first date and they weren't traditional, but your penis
No,
was there at
I
attention.
just kept on running into the women that just want to have fun, casual sex, dates, all that. I even had one girl like, if you ain't spending at least $200 on the first date, then yeah, you with the wrong person. It's just
So
very
then why is that
difficult. Now I
upsetting?
can't
So
understand. I
if there
can't
is a
understand that.
woman, if there is a woman who wants $200 spent on the first date, why be upset at her? Why not just find somebody else to go on a first date with?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm not a acceptor because I accept rejection or whatever. And, it's not a big deal to me. But as far as these young men coming out here, I mean,
So you're
they're,
calling in
they're
to speak
really
for somebody else's
online.
point of view? So you're calling to speak for somebody else's point of view.
Yeah, I mean, I could say for mine, I'm not mad at women. I'm disappointed.
What are you
I'm
disappointed
disappointed at
in?
just the ratchetness. The good women are not in the limelight, and it's just a
So
straight up
how are some ways
ratchet
that you can,
culture.
baby, how are some ways that you can meet a good woman?
A good woman. I mean, you got to look at the one that is dressed conservatively, not like a nun.
So
The
then
the the
how
one
are some ways that you can meet a good woman? Where are some locations that you can meet a good woman?
you can meet a good woman at work. You can meet them all over. I mean, the
So then
grocery
why be
store, the
upset?
corner
So
store.
this is the thing that I don't understand. Why be upset at the women who are not for you, rather than just going towards the women who are. You said there are
Yeah,
plenty
yeah,
of them
that's
all
true.
over the
And I
place. So
and I
why are
think
we
that's what
upset?
I think that's what a lot of the young boys are. That the lines are so blurred
No, honey,
between
listen,
whores
stop. Listen,
and
listen. I need you to stop right now. Breathe, okay? You're on the line
okay,
with
I
me.
got
I don't want to hear about somebody else's some figurative. You said you were disappointed. You said that is how you felt. And then now you're going to try to push it onto somebody else on how they felt. I don't know. I don't know. You
you. Okay,
said you were
I'll stick it with me.
disappointed by the ratchetness that exists out there and the women who are loud and twerking in restaurants and do. You said you were upset by that. You said not
Yeah,
upset. You said that you were
I think
disappointed.
black men in general are.
Let's talk about the only black man that you can speak for, whom is yourself, right? You're
Yes.
upset. You are disappointed by this behavior. You're disappointed by an adult choosing to dress how she chooses to dress, to dance how she chooses to dance, where she chooses to dance, and you're upset that she is existing in a way that she feels is right for her. But you
No,
said
I
that there
wouldn't
are
say upset.
okay,
I wouldn't say
disappointed.
upset. I mean, the reason why I'm disappointed is because I'm disappointed in black men too as well, but that's another story. But the everything negative that they can find, they stereotype at us, and we go out
Who
and
is
do that.
stereotyping us?
The
Who are you
media,
talking about?
um,
So you're upset that people exist and that there are stereotypes that exist for those people that are existing. And you're upset
for
because you're black and you
no,
feel that you're being
no,
associated with these stereotypes?
yeah, no, I'm not upset. I mean, I don't care what anybody does. You know,
Apparently you
like
do.
I have my women. She's very classy. She handles her business. She dresses nice. She talks nice. She works everything. So I'm what another
Listen,
woman does. You
you
know,
know something?
but
I
if I see
thank
a
you.
woman,
Listen, you're not telling the truth right now. And you're pretending. Like I want to have an honest conversation with you, but you're pretending. You're pretending as if you're not really upset or like you're not really disappointed because your own rationale is not adding up for yourself. You called in. You had something you wanted to say, but now you're pretending as if you're talking for other people. And I've already asked you to please only speak for yourself. You said you were
yeah,
disappointed. You said you were raised around these classy women and that there are all of these women out there who are unclassy. You are disappointed in people choosing to live how they want to live. And I'm asking you questions to get to the bottom of why you're disappointed by people whom you don't know. And then now you're like, I don't care what anybody else does. Apparently you do.
well, I made a comment earlier. You know that I was abused by women myself. You know,
So
and
now
basically,
10 minutes into the phone call, you're going to talk about you were abused by women. What women were you
yeah.
abused by, King?
Well, I mean, basically, one time, you know, can I tell a story? Do you have a time? Be
I
very
just
quick.
get to the end of the story. What is the conclusion of the story? Did she
Okay.
beat
Well,
you
anyway,
up? Did she run you over with her
I let a
car? Was this
girl
your mother?
I let a girl come stay with me, you know, and she came in there immediately. She's like, "You need to clean up, da da da," just fussing, and I said, "Hey, I just got home from work. You welcome to help me clean up since you're living here, technically." She like, "Nah, I ain't cleaning up nothing." I'm like, "Hey, this you've been here for 20 minutes. This is not working. Can you please get out?" It's short end of the story. I mean, she hit me and said she wasn't going nowhere. Picked up the phone, started dialing the police, hit me again, and said, "Hit me back. I want you to." And I just left out. She got arrested that day. But see, men today we do not have any defense against these women.
So the
We
police are not helping you
there's no
against these
defense.
violent broads?
Yeah, I mean, see, you know, women they're queen of emotion. You know, they y'all a queen of emotion, and that mouth can go a million and hit us with daggers
Your house was
to the point.
filthy. She came in there. How
No,
filthy was your house?
no, I mean, it wasn't filthy. You know, I work out of town a lot, so you know, it's maybe a few. I'm barely in my house, period. So it's maybe a few dishes, yada yada. But she was just going on. My house was never just
Why?
maybe a little
So,
sloppy, but not filthy.
did these hits hurt? Did they hurt you? Her hits.
Yeah, I mean, I felt it. It took me a lot to not, hit her back.
So the
But,
hits hurt.
but
Where did she hit you at? You said she hit you in your head.
yeah, she hit me in my head, knocked off my glasses, picked up the phone. Hey, hit me. I want you to hit me. And it's like that mental abuse.
Where did you know
It's
this
all.
woman from? That you invited
Yeah,
her
no,
to
I
your
mean,
home?
I thought she was sweet. She looked like a teacher. She had a good
Where did
job.
you know her
And
from? You said she looked like a teacher. You didn't know what she really did. Where did you know this woman from?
yeah, I met her somewhere. I don't
You
remember.
don't know
Probably
where you met her? So you saw
pumping
some you
gas or
saw
whatever.
you so you saw some big booty cutie pumping gas and she was like, "I need me a place to stay, King." And
Nah, nah. We had talked for about 3 weeks.
all
We
right, well,
we
baby, you could come to my house. Then she came in, she said, nigga, clean up this place. And then you were like, I just got off of work. And she was like, stop. I said, clean up this place. And you were
yeah
like, I don't, there's nothing really. And she was like, stop. And then, come on, King. Come on.
yeah. I mean, it went down. It was pretty crazy. I mean, it's not as fast as it progresses like as you say it. But yeah, I mean, after I'm telling her, hey, you got to leave the house. We're not going to do this. She like, I ain't going no damn where. Nowhere. I'm like, man, get the hell out of my damn house.
Why
And
didn't you just call the
Shorty gonna bump up and hit me. And I'm like, Shorty, I can beat you down into a fucking pulp. I got the strength to do that.
How were you
What I
able
mean?
to
I got the
talk
strength to
if
do
these
that,
hits
but
were
I'm
so
not gonna do
hard?
that.
Did you fall on the
Huh?
floor from these hits? How were you still
Nah.
talking if these hits
Come
were
on
so
now.
what?
Come on now. I got jumped before and ain't fall down. So ain't no woman about to just clear me
So the
out.
hits didn't hurt.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it didn't. It's not like a strong man was hitting me, but yeah. I mean, yeah. She knocked off my glasses. I had a
So
little
your
star in my eye.
glasses
Everything.
flew off your face. Was water coming out your eyes?
Oh, you clowning me now? See, Tonya, you supposed to be getting on my side.
I'm not gonna be on your side because you picked up
take.
some big booty cutie from the
Men abuse
damn.
is funny.
No.
See, all the girls, I can't see the comments, but I bet you they like, yeah, girl, he probably deserved it. No, that's running the men because men.
The issue is that the hits did not hurt. You were like, she was like, clean up this place.
It doesn't matter. Abuse is abuse.
Listen.
Okay.
The hits didn't hurt. Abuse is not abuse.
Come on now, Tonya.
But from the time that she started screaming, you could have called the police. You stood there and let this escalate with a woman that you don't know.
I'm a black man gonna call the police to my house?
Exactly. Because she's already acting crazy.
No.
Did you take her stuff and put them on the outside? She wasn't getting no mail there. Did you take her bags and put them outside the house?
No, she just pulled up. I was coming home from work. Her sister kicked her out.
She was slapping you outside?
No, her sister kicked her out, and she came inside. We both walked inside, and that was the first thing she said. And when she called the police, she called the police on me and said I was beating her.
Right. So
and they came and arrested her.
You tried to make yourself a victim. This is why I'm clowning you, because you were
Tonya, that's not right.
It's not right. What you're saying is not right because
you're
taking up time.
Nobody has compassion for men. What if I was your brother telling you this?
If my brother has been hit before,
and you just let women just beat up on them?
Listen, if my brother told me I picked up this big booty cutie from the damn gas station and brought her into my home and she said, clean up this son of a bitch. And he was like...
No, I was talking with her for 3 weeks. And we were really vibing. but she was staying with her sister, and her sister kicked her out that night.
Her own sister didn't want her in the house. Her sister
Which was
kicked
a red
her
flag.
out. Her own sister.
Which was a red flag.
She was problematic. You're saying that she just pulled up. She walked into the crib, saw the filth, and was like, "No, son, this needs to be cleaned up." The place enraged her with the filth. It's so much so that she started hollering.
It wasn't that dirty, Tonya. Stop it. No, I am not filthy.
Listen.
There might be a few clothes laying around, but filthy, no. Dirty, no. Nah, I didn't grow up in a household like that.
Which part of her hand did she hit you with? Was it a fist or a slap?
Oh, shorty with a fist and squared up like a nigga.
So
and
when
I'm like, shorty, now, shorty, I done been in prison. I done been in gang fights, shorty. I could tell you all the way down. But see, Tonya,
so do you understand?
This is the point I'm trying to make.
I'm sorry, no, there's no point. There's no point. You're telling me that
you're asking me a question, and I'm about to answer this question.
You're telling me an ex-convict who's been in gang fights, exactly, an ex-convict from gang fights who started getting tagged by a shorty, some big booty cutie he met at the gas station.
Now I'm a small business owner, and I'm doing very well for myself.
I'm talking about at the time that this was happening, and did you say you were a truck driver out of town a lot? What were you doing?
No, I ain't gonna say what I do, but I'm a small business owner. I do construction.
Okay, listen. Part of the reason that I do not feel sorry for you is because you are a man capable of holding your own and handling yourself. I'm not gonna
exactly, but
listen. I'm not going to use my pity on an ex-gang fighting ex-convict who brought some big booty cutie into his house and she started squaring up like a man, and you didn't call the police on her, that you allowed her to stay there hollering at you and punching you in the head. What am I supposed to say on this broadcast? What you want me to say? Hold on, you want me to go get my cape and spin it around in the air and throw it over your shoulders like James Brown?
Yes. We need some compassion, somebody that got our back in this world. Ain't nobody got our back.
To get it. I'm trying not to.
Nobody has our back. And now black women nigga, we ain't got your back either, so it's fuck the world. Hell yeah.
Here's the cape for you, brother.
Yeah, fuck the
Here's
world
the cape. It's spinning in the air.
I mean, come the hell on.
We black men do not feel like black women got our backs anymore. Nobody does.
What back am I supposed to have that you invited a person who is smaller and weaker than you because you wanted
I'm not going to hit this woman. I can do whatever to that woman, but I would never do that.
You took a gamble with your life and your property by inviting some woman into your home who you wanted to have some pussy from. She was smaller than you, weaker than you.
She got kicked out. I didn't want any woman staying with me. I was very clear about that.
You wanted some of that fat, soft, nice rump.
No, I did not. I mean, because I was already getting that. So I mean, that was nothing. I did not want a woman staying in my house.
Who were you getting it from?
Because I wanted peace in my house.
You're a lie. You didn't want peace in your house because you invited a person who was kicked out by her own.
I didn't invite her. I didn't invite her.
You didn't invite her. She just showed up.
Her sister kicked her out, and you know what,
her
Tonya?
Sister knows
when
your
the police
address?
called, and her sister had to come over there, her sister said, "I am so sorry. I should have told you how she was. I'm so sorry. I know you a good dude. I'm so sorry. That's why I had to kick her out."
Your story is a damn lie from beginning to end. You called in just to get some fucking attention. Now look, you got me cursing. Turn on your camera. Turn on your camera. Let's see how your house looks. Turn on your camera. Let's see how this place looks. Let's see your sink. Because I'm about to start getting violent.
Okay. Now, can I make this one point, please?
No, get off my phone with your lies.
I'm not lying.
You lying from beginning to end. You called in lying. You just wanted to tell some fake
I'm telling the truth. Now the point is men, we don't have no win.
You got to win by being on this phone call for 21 minutes.
And we can't do nothing back. We can't do nothing back.
You can call the police just like anybody else.
Because men, our defense is yes, abuse.
Call the police.
If you all up in our face
You
too much,
see,
screaming, acting crazy, pointing in our
I
fingers,
can see
yeah,
why
we might
somebody
get up
start
and hit
acting
you.
crazy. There's no reason for you to hit anybody. Go
Because
hit
that's how men's
911.
defense mechanism is. We about war. You see what I'm saying? Women shouldn't be pushing and poking too much in men because
Was her
we men.
belongings in
We
your
dangerous.
house? You said she just pulled up. Was her belongings in your house? You said no.
No, she never even brought her belongings in my house.
Exactly. So you had a visitor.
She didn't even
in your
have
home.
time. Shorty had to bounce.
You said listen. You want some damn pity from me, but you not on the
No,
pick me
Shorty
hotline.
came in there think she about to run stuff off the rip, and I'm like, oh no, baby, I'm not one of them. I got raised by my daddy. I ain't know my mama.
I thought you said
So
you
I
were
ain't one
raised
of
in
them
a
type of
household with
niggas
strong women.
that you can.
Now,
Women do not put fear in my heart.
Women don't put fear in your heart. So you want pity from a person.
Women don't put fear in my heart like these
saying?
niggas that was raised by single mamas. Nope, not
Now
me. I was raised by my daddy. My daddy was the financial person, dominant, whatever. When he put his foot down,
and this is why I'm telling you were lying. His
word was bond.
You're lying. You're lying.
So I grew up with a whole line of strong fathers.
You said that you grew up around a whole bunch of classy women. That's what you said. Now
yeah,
all of a sudden
I
you
said
had a
the women in my
mom?
family, my cousins, my aunties, all my sisters. They are all very classy. They are all married to black men.
On.
They all have
the
big,
piece
beautiful
fell
houses.
out of my ear now. Listen.
So yeah, ratchet bitch with tattoos and yellow weave. She can't even get with me.
Apparently,
I look at her like a bum.
You brought one of them ratchetosity women right into your house. Let's talk about how the fact that you said a woman cannot put fear in your heart. So this is why I don't feel sorry for you. Nobody feels sorry for you. You invited this woman over because
especially black women, man.
Phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. Phone lines are open. I had to release us of that phone call. I had to release us. I did. It was too much. The damn nonsense was too much. I let it go on for too long. I want when you all watch this video back again, I want you to tell me whether or not he said he was raised around a whole bunch of classy women. I need you all to tell me because this sounds like a whole bunch of lies were told on that call. You're in the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, hi, Tonya. I'm calling from Suitland, Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Girl, I'm agitated right now. What's your name and you calling from Maryland?
Nikki Saunders Robinson from Maryland, yeah.
Okay, hey Nikki. So talk to us real quick.
Oh my goodness. I have a couple things to say. One, I want to address this guy that you just got finished speaking with and him talking about how women dress and putting them down and stuff. When they have women or wives, they're at home, they're homely, but when they go outside and go to different places, the women that he's talking about, those are the women that they're looking at and trying to talk to. Those women is dressed exactly like that. That's what they're attracted to. And my other thing is why men are so angry at women. I think it's two reasons. One, for the most part, they are gay. And on the second hand, it could have been their upbringing. Their mother, did things and they seen things that their mother did, so they don't have respect for their mother, so therefore they don't have respect for other women. But most of the time it's because they like men.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate that point of view. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hello. You're in the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Yes. Hi, what is your
My
name
name
and
is
where you?
Michael January.
All right, Michael, where are you calling in from?
New Jersey.
All right, so talk to us, Michael. Why? What is it that you're calling in to say today?
Well, I'm a first-time caller, and I love your show, including your facial expressions. I apologize if I may be off topic because I'm kind of new to the live today, but I wanted your opinion on something.
Phone lines. Phone lines are open. 323 323 phone lines 323 phone lines are open. Phone lines. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Mike.
Hi, Mike. Where you calling in from?
Tennessee.
All right, Mike. So please, you're on the air live. What is your comment this evening? Why are black men so angry at black women, at feminism, at welfare?
Because it really don't benefit us. It doesn't benefit us. Welfare don't benefit us. We don't need any of those government handouts. We as black people, we are strong. And it makes us weaker and divided to have all these different little things, these little helper things in our society, and that we take advantage of.
Okay. So you're saying that black men are upset with black women because the black women who were left with children didn't need welfare, even though the children had no food because the father left them.
My mama didn't have no man. She never was married. She had 3 kids by 3 different men, and she never was on welfare. And she made it happen with she made it happen as a waitress.
Okay. So your mother earned enough money to be able to provide food for you all. She had 3 children from 3 different men. How long have you thought, because your mother did not need welfare, that there's nobody out there that can be assisted by government assistance?
I'm a single father with 3 children.
I'm
and I
sorry,
don't need
what?
welfare. I'm a single father with 3 children, and I don't need welfare.
You have 3 children by 3 different women?
No, by the same
Okay.
woman.
How long have you thought, because you don't need something, that nobody else needs it? How long have you felt that way?
Look here. Majority of the people I know that are using services, they've been on services for very long. And at some juncture in life, they need to come up off of it. I know people that's been living in projects and they working on their 3rd generation right now.
Okay. So question for you, Michael. Do you think that the people who are living on welfare, do you think that they are living to the best of their ability?
Okay.
All right then.
Look at
What type of
look at our society. Hold on. I'm a teacher, and by the way, I teach at the same high school I graduated from, and I can see the difference in the children in my classroom. I teach civics. The kids don't know anything about civics when they first walk in my class in 11th grade. They don't know. They don't care about community. They don't care about people. We have lost the care for each other. And a lot of times, that man, he may have been lying a little bit, but that woman should have never put his hands on him. And most men do not call the police on women.
So what is the alternative? So you're saying a lot of different things. Let's go back. You're a teacher, so let's stay in on one topic and then finish talking about that, and then we can talk about something else. Okay? So
Okay.
number
No problem.
1, how long have you felt, because your mother didn't use a thing, that no woman should use it?
Since before, my grandma used to always preach that. That was something she held in high esteem.
So you felt this from your grandmother. So your grandmother said, "You know what? don't accept government assistance, and so your grandmother and your mother and you make the choice that for whatever reason you don't need. Listen, during COVID, they were giving out PPP loans for business owners. I didn't take a PPP loan. There were other
I
people who
didn't either.
took them who needed them. There were other people who took them that didn't need them. I personally made the choice not to. But how can I sit here and spend my time being upset with a person who chose to? Is that the best use of your energy?
I don't think men are mad at just one woman or two women or three women or four black people or five black people.
Okay.
In general, we're mad at the culture, the way our culture is. Low family values. And sometimes I don't think your show really helps the black family grow.
What doesn't help?
It doesn't help. Your show doesn't help the black family grow. It may more so. I feel your show is a place for women to come and get stuff off their chest in the bed.
Okay. So you say that my show is not a place to help the black family.
I've never really heard you push family values on this show. It's more so a bashing men for being men or not being the men that they should be.
Okay.
I don't hear you bash women for not being the women they should be also.
How many of my shows have you even seen, Michael?
About 20 of them, and I looked you up on YouTube, and I know a few other podcasters did some shows. And that's what brought me to your show.
Right. And so my shows are about self-love. That's what they're about. My shows are not about getting people uh to stay in families or family values, as you say. That's not what my show is about. My show is about assisting people with self-love and assisting people
I,
to see so that they can make the changes in their own lives. I don't understand
I,
why
I,
that's problematic for you.
are you a motivational speaker?
I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm a content creator. I am a life coach, and I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I help people create change inside of themselves. I just became a certified matchmaker to work on helping to bring people together. But at this juncture, my show in and of itself my show in and of itself is for women primarily to do the things that they need to do on the inside to love themselves. And I'm going to be quite honest with you, Michael, you said it is?
Yes, ma'am.
One of the issues that many matchmakers face out there are men who are in denial about the fact that they want to or need to be in relationships. Men do not invest in their self healing by and large. They don't invest in it. The type of advice that men invest in is how to get multiple non committal pussies in one night, how to get pussy without spending money on it. This is what they spend money on. So, how many of those pickup artist shows have you written into to tell them that they are not helping the black family? How many of these males that have you confronted about them not helping families grow? Because getting a whole bunch of pussies every night is not going to help families grow.
I don't even watch those shows. That's not in my algorithm. I
You
don't need
said
to
that you
watch a
came
show on how to
across
pick up women.
you said that you came
I
across
said I
my
came across
show.
other podcasters that did shows about you, like what's his name, O'Shea Duke Jackson or Johnson or something like that. You
Right.
know,
Exactly. So you were on the platform of men who are very toxic and have very toxic beliefs, but you're coming over here to tell me that you feel that I bash black men. What have I said to bash black men ever? Ever in the history of my whole entire show? What name one thing that I've said to bash black men?
you still calling a dead man kitten boots or kitten heels or something
Kitten
like
heels.
that.
Okay? So you feel that that's bashing, calling a person kitten heels? What's bashing about that? What is it? Well, the man wore kitten heels. Do you know what a kitten heel is? He wore
Not
kitten
really.
heels. A kitten heel is a small heel in the back. He wore kitten heels.
Okay.
How is that a bash? So you saw a show and apparently you came over and you liked what you saw because you're still here, right? So thank you to the men who do make these podcasts about me because here you are. You stayed and you saw a few of the titles, but you've never watched any of my videos. I talk to women about advancing and helping themselves.
I'm gonna use one of your words then. Why are you talking to me with so much vitriol?
You're so cute. I'm upset with you right now, Michael. I'm upset with you
I'm not
because
upset with you.
in the middle of a conversation that I want to have a sincere conversation with men, you're calling in because you want my attention and you want to be cute, grinning up in my face, mentioning things that you have no true awareness of. I thought we were going to have an open, honest conversation, but you're just calling here so that you can get some of my sunshine to glow upon you.
No, no. Actually, I didn't want to call in until you went in on this last call with that guy because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of men that's been hit out there, but you kept asking the man, did her punches hurt? Did her punches hurt? Look here, I wear glasses too, and if you knock my glasses off, that's almost a rage factor about to come out of me at that point in time.
Listen, I want you to show me proof that that encounter between him and that woman actually happened. Show me some proof. Show the proof.
Hey,
You have no
I thought it
proof
was a
that
Me
that
Too
actually
movement. Can we have a
you
He Too movement too? Can we have a He Too movement too?
he
Believe
too.
all these men?
I mean, listen, go and have your he too movement. Go take your balls, pull them up together, hang them over your pants if you want to, and come together bouncing balls with other men and do he too, kumbaya, put your arms around each other and talk about how it is that you all have been victimized. I appreciate you calling in. You have a very good rest of your evening. Thank you. You're on the air live with Tonya TKO. Thank you so much for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Clive from California.
Oh, Clyde, you finally got in. You better make this worth my while. You better make this worth my doggone while. I'm going to turn off the phone lines just because you
Wow.
got through. Make this worth my while right now. Because
Okay.
you've been trying all night.
Thank you. Thank you for choosing me.
Where are you
I know
calling
you
in
seen me in
from,
your comments.
Clyde?
I've been blowing you up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate your topics. I've been watching probably going on a year now.
Your thing done cut out
And
now. Your Boost
I agree with
Mobile
you.
is cutting out. No one can hear you anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
I hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, I've been watching your show for about a year now, and sometimes I agree with you, sometimes I don't. But I love your content. I love your content and everything you do, and I just don't agree on the fact that black men are mad at black women. I just don't get it.
So you've called
I
me
feel like
in
there's
to
a lot.
tell me you called in to tell me that you don't believe it. You know, there were white people that felt that black people really didn't want to get out of enslavement because they heard them singing in the fields. So you decided to take your fingers and press them onto the dial pad of your phone and continue to press redial to get through so that you can tell me that you don't believe that black men are angry with black women.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
I feel like there's a lot of propaganda, especially around this topic. You know, there's a
Okay.
black men love black women. Real
Being
black men love black women.
loving somebody and being angry at them are two different things. You can love something and be angry with it and mad at it at the same time, right? Have you never been mad at someone
Right,
or something that you loved?
right. right? I 100% agree with you, but I don't think that we're angry at black women. I think that we're angry at a certain type of black women. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of propaganda, like statistically, our
Okay.
culture.
Let's
Go
let's
ahead.
let's 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 cut to the chase, please. I'm tired.
Okay, let's
I'm tired.
go
So
ahead,
you
man.
s-
Go ahead.
so you said that there are certain types of black women that black men are angry at. What types of black women are black men angry at?
Black men are angry at the type of black women that are they're angry at the self entitled ones, the ones
All
that
right.
feel
What do
like
you
they
mean by
deserve
self-entitled?
the ones
Oh,
the
mhm.
ones the ones that the ones I don't even want to say black women. I want to say women in general. The women that feel like they deserve the world, but they don't want to give anything.
Okay. So
I think I
why
think
are we mad at a person who is not a good fit for us romantically?
well, it's I don't really feel like it's. I think first off, men, we court you, y'all choose us. After you choose us, we play this game with each other. We play this game with each other, and there's a lot of women that'll use a man up, and they'll take his resources for their benefit just to find somebody else and leave that man down. You know what I mean?
You date women,
Like
Clyde?
you said, what?
You date women?
I'm married.
Okay, so you're married to a woman? I hear nothing but
Hello?
silence on the phone. Yes, I just asked you a question. I said, "Are you married
Yes,
to a woman?"
yes, I'm married. I'm happily married for 5 years to my wife.
Okay,
And
so you're married to a
honestly,
woman.
that yes, yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, there was some long dead ear and silence between the question, right?
Well,
So,
I didn't want to cut you off. I didn't know if you were gonna ask something else. I didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted to give you the utmost respect. That's all.
mhm. Right. So, you're married to a woman. You said you've been married for 5 years, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're calling in to say that you don't really feel that black men are angry with black women, but they're angry with certain types of women, self-entitled women who are dating. Do you feel that your wife is trying to use you for some of your money so that she can get with somebody else?
No, ma'am. I honestly been blessed.
Right.
It,
So then I'm
I
confused
went
as to
through
what it is.
I went through I
I'm
went
con-
through my trials and tribulations before I found my wife.
It's funny
So that's
because you
why I
say
felt.
that you don't like cutting, you didn't want to cut me off when I was silent and asking the question, but you don't seem to have an issue trampling over my words any other time.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I was still trying to finish. So,
Mm,
I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
right. I'm confused as to why you're calling to say that men are upset with self-entitled women who just aren't a good fit. Like, why be upset with a person who has some sort of dating standard that you or any other person doesn't meet?
No, there's we all have standards. We all have standards, and it's okay to have a standard for what you want, but to use somebody is totally different.
How many
You
how
know,
many of these how many of these men's platforms have you called into that are talking about fucking more than one woman in one night without spending a dime? How many of those platforms have you called into or written into or typed in the comments of? How many of those platforms?
there's plenty. There's plenty, and vice.
I want you right now to take a screenshot of 3 and email them to me. Email a
Okay.
screenshot of comments that you have sent to these other platforms before tonight and email them to me. Go to
Okay.
tanyatko.com, click on contact, and send me a message. Thank you so much, Clyde, for calling
No.
in. This. I'm going to read these apples in a moment, but look at here, look at here. Oh, my. Let me, Hey! Hey, 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 Oh my goodness. Woo! Oh my. My goodness. Steve has sent in $100. He sent in a super apple. And he says, Tonya, are women always right? And the answer to that question is no, of course not. No group of people are always right based on race, gender, or any other type of quality or any other type of external features. No human being is always right. So no. I'm not really sure to what phone call that came in on, but no, the question is nobody is always right. No one is always right. So let's see. Kyrie has sent in $5.55 and said, being stunning this evening. Thank you all so much. How do you like my headband? Somebody said it reminds her of the Statue of Liberty. I appreciate that. Sunny sent in $2 and says, why does he need black women to support him? He's married. That's another thing that was really strange about a lot of the men who called in. They were all saying that they were married, right? It was very interesting, very, very interesting, right? All married and all occupied, but all still concerned with women, right? All right. So, L sends in $1 and says, that misogynist nigga. Is that what that says? Hold on, is that what that says? That no, the hell she didn't. No, the hell she didn't. I can't. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She said that misogynist nigga got. I can't. L, what is wrong with you? L says, I can't read this mess. L says, I can't. I'm trying, but I can't. Okay, L says, that misogynist. I can't read this. I can't read this. I can't. I'm trying. Listen. She says that I can't. This is too much. Elle, you done caught me off guard with this madness tonight. She says that I'm trying. I'm gonna do it this time. That misogynist got to talk way too long. Oh my goodness. I don't even know which one you're talking about because all of them, or every single caller that called in, I've turned off the phone lines, but I'm going to open them back up for female callers. Thank you to everybody who has sent an apple in. You all have sponsored the show this evening with your apples. I really appreciate it. So let us, oh my Lord, let us open back up the phone lines for women to call in because we tried to hear the men out, but look at what it turned into a boondoggle. It turned into an absolute boondoggle. I don't know what any of that was, but ladies, I want to hear from you all. please. I'm going to get out of here. Phone lines are open. 323-488-3. I got this thing back up on the screen. All right. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yes, this is Nikki Saunders Robinson again.
Oh, Lord. Hey,
I'm
Nikki.
from Maryland.
Yeah,
Yes,
hi.
I just wanted to touch on one last thing,
Yeah.
and that is, the men calling in and writing comments about women and getting assistance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, if these bum ass deadbeat niggas don't help take care of their kids, what do they expect them to do? They gotta
They
get
want them to
assistance from
suffer.
somewhere.
They want them to suffer.
Yeah, because they hate women. And they put us in these situations to do different things to take care of our kids because they know that's what we're gonna do. And they going on about their business, making other babies and, sleeping with other women and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, sometimes you need assistance. And if you don't have family that can provide that, that's what it's there for.
Okay, well, you know what? Let me
That's
just say this for the record. There is no shame in getting assistance from the government. The money that you receive assistance from is the money that you've paid into taxes. If you ever
right.
need help, you've already paid that money into your taxes, and there's no shame. There's no shame. There's no shame.
Exactly.
So,
It's not.
Nikki, thank you so much for calling in. The phone lines are going crazy. So let me grab the next phone call. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye bye.
All right. Oh, I missed that last phone call. So the phone lines are open. I'm taking calls right now from women. I know this passport bro named Brian is not back in here with his foolishness. You're on the air live with Tonya. What is your name and where you calling in from?
Hi, my name is Sissy, and I'm calling from New York.
Hey, Sissy from New York. Welcome to the line. What is your comment this evening?
I want to make a comment on. I believe that black men are angry at black women because black women have rose above and taken advantage of college and promotions, and they really just haven't done that. And so since black women are waking up and not willing to support them and let them live off them and feed off of them, that is why they're angry.
Interesting. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. I'm just taking comments from women at this point. And if you're a man and you could call in with a statement that is 1 minute or less, then fine. But if not, I want to keep these calls to a minute and just keep it moving. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling in from?
Oh my God. Hi, Tonya. This is
Hey.
Kimani. Hold on, let me turn it down.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Kimani? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Kumani from Wisconsin.
All right, we got
Kumani.
Kumani.
I love the whole energy.
Thank you. You're on the air live. Let's just get the statement out. Why do you feel that black men are angry with black women?
I don't know if you've ever seen a meme that's gone around the internet. It's of a black girl. She's on a tree, and there's a black man who's looking up at her, and he's saying, "Oh, you're up high," and she said, "Yeah, I'm not going down," and he kind of just sits there with a blank stare. I think that perfectly tells everything that's happening. Black men are very upset because women right now, black women are in like an age of consciousness, and we are realizing like we are more than enough for ourselves. We don't have to, settle for the standard okie dokie type of dude. And that's not, that used to fly back in the day, but it's not flying now. And a lot of men are upset about that. A lot of men like to have control. And when they don't feel like they have control, they are very emotionally they don't know how to emotionally, explain themselves, as you've seen with the past callers. That's why I said I do love your energy and how you can stay calm and you keep control of the whole conversation. They don't know how to properly express themselves, and then you are even able to show how they don't even have the education on what they're speaking on. So a lot of them, when you speak like that to them, they do
Mm-hmm.
get upset, and I don't know, there's a lot of man babies out here,
Mm.
and unfortunately, it's really big in the black community. And I feel like that's why a lot of black men don't like black women. When they speak on the welfare, I
Mm.
actually work for the welfare office, and I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you, I get a lot of men towards women. I don't get that many women like that. So that's something else they
Really?
need to educate themselves on.
That is black men out there applying. Because listen, I know at least one black man right now who is in Section 8 housing. At least one. So I feel you on that.
Yes.
Hey,
And
listen, I
every time I
appreciate you
give one of
calling
them,
in.
they are very much unemployed.
Listen, according to blackdemographics.org in 2018, 42% of black men were not employed, but let me verify that number. I had it in one of my videos, and so I need to pull that back up again. But thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. Oh, I clicked off by mistake. Oh, sorry, but still we had needed to move forward. Brian Price, who is saying that he is a passport bro. You claim that you were calling in before. Call in now. Give me the last 3 digits of your area or the last 3 digits of your phone number, and I will pick your call up. Brian Price, this is a call to action because you're playing games. Come through, son. Come through. Come through. Phone lines are open. Let me pull up this video real quick because in the video, you all remember this video right here, right? I did this video. This was with the John Moss whole situation. Oh, look at me. I look so happy. And oh, the phone line is ringing. Let me grab this real quick. Let me grab this. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Tonya, this is Mimi from Georgia.
Hey, Mimi. Are you a part of the text notification squad?
I am not, but I just got your notification.
Okay, well, welcome in, welcome. So, talk to us.
I think black men are upset because women have agency and they have choices. And so when they choose not to pick them or choose not to be ignorant and, just be ignorant to whatever black men have to say, then they get upset. It's like, why aren't you following, my dominion? Like, I have dominion over you.
And just be
You're breaking
losers,
up.
just stand around, just out on the street.
Yeah, so it's like, why did you pick government cheese over me? Like, you should be in on this black movement, black love, be one. You should always pick black first, but you're picking yourself, and so you're not following the tradition. So I think like they feel like they're losing power and women are gaining agency. So that's what I think it is. It's like,
and that upsets them.
Like, yeah, they want all women to fall in line. That's what it is. It's like, because every caller, there is just complaining about women having agency, having rights, and having choices. That's what it is.
Yeah, like upset that people could wear whatever it is that they want to wear, or that they have whatever standard it is that they want to have for dating. It's like, you're going to be angry at somebody that's just not a good fit. It was all so bizarre. But thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. Okay. All right. I am going to show this real quick up on the screen. I want you all to see this, right? This is according to blackdemographics.org. I did this in one of my videos. This was the data for full-time median earnings of black men for 2018. It was $41,000. For all other men, it was $52,000. I want you to see this number right here that I was stunned at when we were doing the broadcast. No earnings all year. 41% of black men. This is before the pandemic. 41% compared to 30% of other men. And who's making $75,000 or more? 13% of black men compared to 26% of all other men. And that 13% actually drag down the percentage of all other men. And then when we go further into the video, right, we look at what the occupation or what the marital status is, right, for men who are earning, right? And let's see, is this the men's economic status at age 50 to 58 by institutional and agency, military service, right? The men who were making in the upper echelons, who were in military service, 26% of them had military service. Married once and still married, 33%. Divorced 17%, remarried 31%. So the vast majority, I want you all to pay attention to 70% of men who were in the middle and upper class were all married or had been married. So we're talking about 33% married once, still married. 31%, that makes 64 right there. And then divorce, add another 17% onto there. So 64 and 17 is 7 and 4 is 11. And then you bring that over. So we're talking about over 80%, 81%. And then it says never married who were in the upper percentile of income were only 6%. I want you to see, look, right here, there's a 6. Never married, 6%. Do you see that? So marriage benefits Black men. They make more money, they live longer, but yet they continue to run from it saying that it doesn't benefit them. It's just really bizarre. It's very bizarre. I'm opening back up the phone lines 323-488-3149. Where is Brian? Brian is talking about how we're so bitter and all this other stuff, but Brian, you don't have the courage to come talk to me. I told you to tell me what the last 3 digits of your number are, and I will answer the call. If you don't want to tell me the last 3 digits of your number, you can just tell me what your area code is. Call in. And then don't pretend, because the last time when we got off of the call, he was like, oh, what's the number? And even though he claimed that he was, and then he was like, oh, you don't want to talk, but you never called in. Oh my gosh. Just Jay is saying it can cry in the car. Phone lines are open 323-488-3149. Unbelievable. Brian is quiet now.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm Karina. I'm from New York.
Hi, you said your name is Karina?
Yes.
Hi, Karina. Welcome to the line. What is your comment this evening?
Okay, I would have to say that Black men are hating towards Black women because we are taking advantage of the opportunities that are afforded to us. We have the highest rates of graduating high school on time versus Black young men. We are the less incarcerated. We're more intelligent. We're more inclined to do better under certain circumstances against Black men. And I live in New York City. Mm-hmm. And when they talk about, welfare and this and that, listen, in this city, anybody is able to get any sort of assistance. There's plenty of men out here on Section 8, living in housing, getting welfare benefits, getting any sort of resources, free education, and everything. So it's like, if you live in New York City and you living in the street, that's where they want to be. Okay? There's plenty of opportunities out here to literally better yourself and get a free education and everything, even in prison. So when they talk all that crap, it's because they hate the word responsibility. They hate being responsible for their own actions. They always come up with 1,001 excuses on why they couldn't do this or why they couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. So I live out here and I see a lot of craziness. If you go to 125th Street in Lexington, you'll see the madness. Okay? the madness of all of the black young men out here doing the most ridiculous things.
What are they doing on
for
25th?
nothing. What's that?
What are they doing on 25th?
On 125th in Lexington, that's like the crackhead danger zone.
Oh.
Okay, you're gonna see a lot of men out there high on drugs.
On 125th and Lex, are you sure about that? Because the area
I'm sure
is all
about
this.
that. I'm sure about
that's
that.
where
A lot of
the new
businesses have shut
the
down.
Whole Foods is now.
I know there used to be a Pathmark. Pathmark has shut down. All of the restaurants that was over there, they're revamping it now. But they it was basically ran down before they try to fix it back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the
even
Whole
though they
Foods has been
gentrified
out
the
there
area,
for like 5 years now.
They destroyed it in the process throughout the years.
Yeah,
you
but
can understand
what I'm
say.
saying is that Pathmark hasn't been there for like 5 years. It's longer than 5 years now, because when I left Harlem, the Whole Foods was coming in, and that was like 20. What was that? 20. Let me Google. When did Pathmark?
No, that's Lenox. You talking about the one on Lenox? I'm talking about Lexington.
Hold on.
And the 6 train is.
That's what I'm talking. That's where the Whole Foods is, because Lenox is where the 5 is. I'm sorry, Lexington is where the 5 is. Lenox is where the 2 is. But where the 2 is that's where the
Whole Foods on that corner.
They put a Whole Foods on Lenox now?
Yes, there's a Whole Foods on it. There's a whole brand new Bath and Body Works. I mean, when you go down that area, they really fixed up a lot of 125th, the whole strip going from the west side to the east side. But in the last few years, like, you'll see them transition from different areas to different areas, from 149th in the Bronx, certain areas in Brooklyn.
So you said that there's a band of crackheads just going from
around.
area to area now, just roaming together like the Walking Dead.
Like the Walking Dead.
Oh.
Literally, like the Walking Dead. You will go over there 125th. I wouldn't want to be over there at all. Like, I would take my daughters over there 2 years ago. Like, this is why you don't do drugs. That whole strip will be covered with a bunch of drunk drug addicts.
This is crazy, because I was just on 25th and Lenox. I don't remember.
The McDonald's, it was like a whole bunch of restaurants over there. They shut it all down.
Wow, that's crazy. Well,
you
know what?
Building it back up though.
Thank you for letting us know. I didn't know that all of that was happening. Thank you.
Trust me, the city is pretty dangerous at the moment. They're robbing left and right over here.
And a lot more than that. They are doing a lot of crazy things in New York right now. Yeah.
It's a mess. It's a hot mess. I mean,
all right, listen, I want to get you off the line because I want to take a few more phone calls, because I want to get off of here altogether.
Okay, well, I thank you for your platform, and I enjoy watching your show, and thank you, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. All right, let us see. Wow, this is crazy. I didn't know that all of that was happening on I didn't even know that they opened up a Whole Foods on Lenox. Wait. You're on the air live with You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
This was Dara, Tonya. I sent in a misogynist comment, and I was just cracking up at how weak you was and my word that I made up.
Oh, was that you that sent in the misogynist?
Yeah, that was me.
Something is not right with you in your head. The first one, you're so silly.
Yeah, I was talking about the first one, but by the time you read it, it had been about 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, Lord, there was a lot going on all those phone calls, Ladera. Today has just been an action-packed day.
Tonight.
Listen, while I got you on the line, let me just advertise the Text Notification Squad. For those of you who are not a part of the Text Notification Squad, please join the Text Notification Squad. You get to join broadcasts behind the scenes. What are the broadcasts behind the scenes like, Ladera? Because you're a part of the Text Squad.
Behind the scenes, it's pretty lit. I mean, Tonya be talking to us kind of crazy, but it's cool.
How do I be talking to you all crazy? You're so damn silly. You're crazy.
But no, it's really nice when when you have a content creator that you watch a lot and talk to a lot. You actually feel like I done got to know you a little bit, and you apparently know me a little bit too. So it's pretty cool.
And I got questions. You know what my question is? I want to know if you've done what you said you was gonna do during the last time we talked on the broadcast. You don't have to say it here.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I knew you were going to ask me that. And I did make some steps. I reached out to one person that I had saw before, and I reached out to another person.
All
and I'm waiting to see
right.
who can set me up something.
Okay,
I know what you're talking
good. All right. Well, let me let you jump off. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, me and my friends, we sitting up listening, and I'm just having some dinner. So,
Oh, what are you eating for dinner at 8:30 at night?
Yeah, because I ain't ate nothing all day for real. So,
Is that not a normal time?
No, this is kind of late to be eating. Honestly, you should be done.
Listen, we need to be eating when the sun is up. We need to go with the meridians of the sun. Back in the days, our ancestors were not eating after dark.
I know, it's why I'm fat now, but one thing at a time, man.
Because there's probably a hyena stalking
It's not no damn hyena stalking. I'm just saying, let's get with the meridians of the sun. We need to finish up our eating, and when the sun, you all need to be getting ready to go to bed right about now. That's what you all need to be doing.
I probably want to be sleeping till 1, 2 in the morning.
You're not supposed to do your body like that. You know what? Go ahead and do whatever you want to do. We'll talk. Have a good rest of your evening. Oh, you never told us what you were eating. Hold on. What type of food are you having? A salad? What you eating?
No, you're not about to judge me. That's what we're not finna do. So what I'm eating over here is going to the nourishment of my soul, and that's all we need to know. Cause we ain't
Friend in the background, what are you all eating since Ladera want to be coy? What you all eating over there?
It's spaghetti.
Oh, okay.
And
all right. That's not too bad, Ladera. Go ahead. Just drink lots of water and go to bed soon, okay?
You know what I'm going to say.
Yes, ma'am. And also, can you just kind of, I know we like to make fun of the misogynist niggas, but they be getting to talk a little bit too long. And if you don't let them talk that long, we need some free vitamin E passed out because this broadcast been ashy as hell, Tonya.
It really has been. There was a lot of dryness on this broadcast. There really was. There really, really was.
You need to play the dust sound when I get off of here.
You're so silly. Get off of my line. There's another call coming in. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.
All right. You're on the air live with Tonya TKO. What's your name and where you calling in from?
Hello, my name is Kathy. I'm calling from New York City.
Hey, Kathy from NYC. You're on the air live. Talk to us. What's your comment this evening?
Well, I just pulled into the parking space in front of my house, and I was listening to you as I was shopping. But I wanted to comment what you were saying about why are these men so angry, and I'm not sure if any of these men actually answered that question. It was kind of discouraging, as usual. But I just think that they have an entitlement, and I talked to some of these guys on YouTube, like in the comment sections, and they're very confused. And they seem to have this sense of, we're supposed to be so powerful and mighty, and they don't feel powerful. I think they feel women are more powerful than they are. And I think they're very frustrated about that. So, and I think they feel like they look foolish in this world right now because they kind of do, so.
Oh, you know what? That's very interesting. Because I had a friend. Well, this person I thought was a friend at the time. He was a white male. And he was upset with the type of money that I was making. And I said, listen, why do I have to bring myself down to your level? I was like, you need to bring yourself up to mine. I'm like, you're a white male and you've been afforded every advantage in this society. I'm a black woman. You have the nerve to be jealous of me? God of mercy, Lord. But yes, I hear what you're saying. Can you imagine what a white man must feel like if a black woman can surpass him?
You know what? I just in my comings and goings, I remember just doing observations one day, and my interactions with two white men in the supermarket. They worked at the store, and they treated me the same way. Two different locations, like as if they were uncomfortable with the way that I spoke to them. I had asked them a question, and both of them, I was very clear. And they both questioned me in a way that I said, it's like, I think it's just a male thing where they really feel that they want to be above the woman, and it bothers some of these men.
Yeah, exactly. I heard this report about how white men act like black women are not even there. Even on the commuter trains, that they'll just stand up and pull their luggage down and clobber you in the head and all types of stuff. I don't play these games with these men. I don't play these games.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
They,
I don't.
the black men are in a rage. They have a different kind of rage about it, and the white men are like, "Excuse me," like, who do you really think you are? It's a different kind of like, but the black men are just so angry. And I just want to say something because I spoke to you on the other that new app that you used a few weeks ago when you had
Oh,
your first
fan base?
your first live. Yeah, your first live there.
Oh,
And
okay.
we
Yeah, yeah,
talked
yeah.
about relationships and the men, and I was talking about that I was married, and my ex-husband was very, very angry too. Like he's enraged. And I was you had this question this morning, and I stopped. I said, well, really and truly, what is he so angry about?
Yeah.
And I watched one of the apps today. I don't remember which one. And a man was saying the men are angry because we do everything better than them. We're doing better.
Mm.
I've gone to school. I have my degrees. I make good living, and he wasn't at that place when I first met him. He did move up, but he's very jealous. He feels he should be the big shot. And I felt like, listen, I support him in everything, and I took very good care of him, spoiled him really, to be honest with you, and I'm not proud of that fact. It's what I like to do, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good character trait that I have, but I spoil myself and I spoil everybody around me.
You
But he was
should. Why
spoiled. I
not?
didn't think he should be angry.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Well, you should spoil the people around you. Why not?
I know, but sometimes they don't behave, they don't
Yeah.
react
No, I
properly.
feel
You have to
you.
adjust yourself.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
I just, if I'm supporting you and I'm loving you and I'm taking great care of you, I'm making your breakfast and I'm making your lunch and doing everything before I go to work in the morning and all kinds of things, and you have no right to be angry at me because at this moment I'm doing better than you are. We're a team, but it
Yeah.
could never be. He just
This is the
wanted to be the
second time
dominant
today that
person.
I've heard that about men in relationships being in competition with
Mhm.
their women. I
Yeah.
feel you.
Mhm.
Listen, thank you so much for calling in. Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you, Tonya. Bye
All
bye
right.
now.
All right. You're on the air live with Tanya TKO. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Ty, and I'm calling from Los Angeles.
Hi, you said your name is Ty and you're calling from Los Angeles?
Yes.
Okay, talk to us. What's your comment this evening?
Hi, Tanya. So I just want to just reiterate, there was a time that when we were on the farms sharecropping with our men, and I know from my family with my grandfather and my grandmother, she had 16 kids, so he kept her pregnant. And on top of that, he had children with her cousins, one with the lady next door, another lady 2 fields over. And it was like babies were all throughout the neighborhood. And the women then said a man's shoes under the bed was better than no man at all. And they had to put up with these type of things because it was a whole farm to attend to. And they had the children because the children attend to the farm. So they put up with a lot, and they had a lot of anger about the life that they had. So not only would you have to get abused by the so-called, white man or white society, you get abused by him because he would take his anger out on you. And then instead of having sex because you want children, it was more like, lay down and do this and give it to me. Kind of like Mr. Just get on top of me and do his business.
Ugh.
So with that anger, and I don't want to be too long-winded, but with that anger, our grandmothers, great grandmothers taught us, get your education. You're going to be independent because they did not want us subjected to this.
Yeah.
So they need to understand there was a time when black women did submit, but you didn't appreciate that. You took that power and you abused it. So when we left the country and we started going into the cities, he wasn't the builder. He wasn't the farmer no more. It was us who did the domestic work. Here in Los Angeles, in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 80s, black women, including a lot of them in my family, bought whole buildings in apartment buildings and houses and left them for their children. And these women were domestic workers, saving their money, eating beans and rice for 5 years and buying a building. You understand me? And they would take their man in and coddle him. Watch the story of Madam P.J. Walker and how she had her black man with her. She's the first millionaire woman, not black woman, period. And she brought him in. If you look at the story on Netflix, and what did he do? Cheat on her, got drunk, embarrassed her at different meetings, and she had to carry him with him. Now, there's a lot of black men that are intelligent, they're educated, and I have them in my family. They're men's men, and I respect them. But they are men's men. They would never conduct themselves the way that most of this manosphere conduct themselves. So when you're angry at us, it's because this society has castrated you. I didn't cut it off. This society has cut it off. So you need to go and take that anger and do something with it. If we had a war right now, could we run to black men and they would protect us? They'd have a safe haven for us to go and eat. You're worried about my wig and my weight, but you're not worried about being someone that could be a king that can rule. You're not worried about that. You want to take your anger out on me. Go take it on that man that pulled your dick off and made you a eunuch. And with that, I'm going to say thank you, TKO Tonya, and I'm out.
Oh, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Wow. That was something else right there. So Brian is still commenting and he is refusing to call in. He said it's 4:28 a.m. where he's at. So that means that you're not in the United States. So that means that you're somewhere in Europe and your passport bro in Europe. So you're saying that even the European women are not cooperating with you? Oh my Lord. This is just too much. Brian, you've had so many opportunities to tell your story, but you never tell your story. You never tell your story. You never tell your story and what's going on with you. No, as soon as I start giving the closing, as soon as I say goodbye, everyone, and I click the off button, he's going to comment, oh, I'm ready to call in. Because he knows we're off the air. He's such an untruther.
Hello?
You're on the air live with Tonya TKO. What's your name and where you calling in from?
I'm sorry. I made a mistake and called the wrong number.
You made a mistake and called the wrong number. I wonder, because this is a person who said they made a mistake and called the wrong number, but this number called in several times. I wonder if it was a man who called in and she decided to check his phone and be like, yeah, who's this? And then realized that she was live on the air with her insecurities. Interesting. Interesting.
Hello?
You're on the air live with Tonya TKO. What's your name and where you calling in from?
Hi, good night. This is Dee. I'm calling from New York.
Hey, Dee from New York. So what is your comment this evening?
Okay, so I wanted to just talk about why black men have a problem with black women.
Yeah.
I think for everybody it just stems from childhood and the dynamics that was in the home. I know for myself personally, like from what I've seen, I know I'm not gonna be like my mother, the way they describe their mother. Very hardworking, don't need no help. I don't want to be like that. That don't look fun at all for me. And I could just imagine what they seen in their home from different stories I heard from men, being fondled in the home, being attacked from their fathers, mothers, sisters, family members. All of that is a lot. And when you grow up, I can understand how you will not lash out, but how your actions could be affected by those past traumas.
Oh, wow. Yeah, absolutely. I was going to do a video on how Kylie Jenner has brain damage from all the cheating that Tristan Thompson had done on her, or Tristan Thomas, whatever his damn name is. But he cheated on her so much that now her brain has fractures inside of it. She has a traumatized brain. I need to do that video
Yeah, and
because it's
you seem to
sad.
feel sorry for her. It's just a bad situation she's in.
I mean, listen, these are the most prized men in the world, right? Brian says he's in Dubai
So
right
they
now.
say.
So,
Ooh.
what is your so Brian, my friend? You got all them submissive women out there in Dubai, but you over here on my rowdy, unruly broadcast. Interesting to tell us
Right,
that
they
you
must
got your
not be
passport.
interesting
Mm.
or
But you're
giving him
still
any
over.
attention. That's
But you're
probably what it
still
is.
over here in my grill with my glow shining upon you, goddess, queen mother. Oh yes. Oh,
Nah,
shoon in the
Tonya, you a
flesh.
trip. I love you. I love your energy.
You are so funny. Thank you so much for calling in. I think I'm going to take one last phone call. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you. These calls are so interesting. This is so much better than when the lines were open for the men. I don't know what they were talking about and what they were doing. But phone lines are open 323-488-3149. I'm going to take one last phone call. And then after that, we're going to read the apples. And then, as a matter of fact, let's read the apples right now. What is that I hear? A, 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 A. All right, let's get these apples read. All right, Jamie sends $25 and says, YouTube stream October 14th. That's today. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, that's loud. Ooh, goodness. Thank you, thank you. And let's see, we have another one. Steve has sent in $50 and said, gentrification is coming for us nationwide. Do you really think so? Because their birth rate, their birth numbers are not as high as they're not giving birth at a 1-to-1 ratio anymore. So they can think that they're going to be gentrifying, but what are they going to be gentrifying once they have not not procreated and they start dwindling? You know, this whole country is about to become very beige, and Nick Cannon is helping that happen months at a time. But yeah, so I wonder if gentrification only refers to Caucasoids coming into the area or people who have who are higher earning going into the more desirable areas, because I remember when I went to LA in 2014 or 2012, I went to LA and the downtown area was a slum. Nobody wanted to be downtown. And then people just was like, oh yeah, we want to be downtown now. And then they started taking up that property. But before that, no one wanted to be there. It was the weirdest thing because I'm from New York. So I go to a downtown area. I had my meetup downtown. It was nothing but a bunch of vagrants and empty newspapers blowing around on the ground. If I'm lying, I'm crying. Put your hand up if you know exactly what I'm talking about. Downtown, and then now they went through this push calling it hashtag DTLA, and now they got lofts and stuff down there. But no one wanted to be down there before, and I was, as a New Yorker, I was weirded out by that. It's so strange. But LA is a strange place. So actually, California is a strange place because California, they there's so many different hubs. Like in New York, the main hub is Manhattan. In California, there's like the OC. They have their own community over there. Then they have LA. Then they have the Valley. They have so many different hubs all over LA. It's unlike New York, and all of them are expensive. All of them. Let me give you a heart. Thank you all so much. Should we do one last phone call? One last phone call, or should we just go ahead and get out of here? All right. We'll just go ahead and we shall. Let me give another heart over here for Steve for his first contribution. All right. Brian, you said you're not going to call in? You up on this broadcast all this time, but don't want to call in. All right. How come you not over? Where's the woman you supposed to be laid up with? You passport bro, right? What's going on? Why are you over here with us bitter women? Us bitter women. Why are you over here instead of over there laid up with wifey? Huh? All right, so listen. Oh my goodness. I am going to give you all the opportunity. Marcus wants one more. Hey, Marcus, where have you been? You went missing after the last time we roasted well, we had you on the hot seat. So should we do one more? No, because it's 2.5 hours right now. And I broadcasted a lot of times today behind the scenes with the text notification squad. So we are out of here. If we need to do another broadcast tomorrow, we'll do another one. I don't know. Marcus, are you saying that you're going to call in? Are you saying you're calling in, Marcus? Is that what you're saying? Ah, we don't know. We don't know. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All right. So on that note, I want you all to tell me. Whew, listen. Happy birthday, Marcus. Everybody throw up some cake for Marcus. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, boy. All right. All right. So listen, I want you all to tell me, type in SLL. What is the self-love lesson that you learned from today's video? Because I need to find the lesson myself. I don't know what the self-love lesson is. I need your help to help me come up with what the self-love lesson could be, because me no know. Go ahead, type in. So Marcus says he's in the gym. Okay, with his tight pants on. You know how them London boys be doing it. The roadman them. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh. Ooh. Hey. Come on, type SLL. Hey, they're throwing up cakes for you. Happy birthday, Marcus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Okay, so listen, let's go. Ooh, SLL. What is the self-love lesson? This was a broadcast for the ages over here. What is the self-love lesson? Keep a lotion gun on you for these. I'm not even gonna. All right. Always turn inward. It all starts with self. Yes. Jessica missed it because she's at work. We understand. People gotta work. You know? Come on, SLL. What's the self-love lesson? When dusties are around, keep your butters in hand. I'm surprised the broadcast didn't get overclogged with the dust, because there was a lot of it. Listen, hang up sooner. That's one of the self-love lessons. Continue to not give a F about these massage ends. I cannot. Okay. Okay, let's go. We don't want them anyway. Heal your past so it doesn't affect your future. SOL, do you? Okay, let's see. Not the lotion pew pew. Listen. Hey, love yourself first. Have standards and boundaries. Hey. All right. SLL, keep my focus on me. Men can't be pleased. That was it was like the reasons that they gave for why they were so upset were all bizarre. SLL, have boundaries. SLL, women, keep your standards high. Never lower them for any man. All right. Don't listen to the gaslighting. I'm still taking it all in. So am I. Be the woman you want to be, whether provocative or not. Take care of yourself and show your self-love. Stop lying about being in Dubai. Oh my goodness. Love yourself twice as much. Black men don't. Oh, that's sad. SOL, be me, because men are looking for someone they enjoy being with. So give them me right off the bat. Okay. I'm going to raise a good black child one day. Okay, Sepang. All right. Teach my son better. Sepang, contact me if you're looking for a love connection in South Africa. I have a lot of lovely ladies from South Africa in my knockout crew. If you let them talk long enough, they will tell on themselves. That is a word right there. Don't put energy in those who won't give you good energy. Keep leveling up, ladies. All right, SLL, define your own standards and continue to walk in the conviction of your truth. Yes. All right, type in SLL so I know that you're doing a self-love lesson. Black men don't have a legitimate reason to hate black women and focus on your heart healing. Yeah, I feel you on that. All right, so on that note, I am going to, listen, let me check the apples one more time. All right, let me go ahead and give the self-love lesson that I learned from today's video, right? So listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself, the self-love lesson that I learned from today's video is to realize that sometimes when people say a thing, that you have to realize where that is coming from. Some of these people are hurt. Some of them are operating from a victim mentality, looking for somebody to blame because they don't want to do the internal work. And to realize that people who have irrational thought patterns are most likely irrational people, because the calls that we got in today, they just didn't make any sense. Like there was no real reason. And I think that there's an entitlement of it all. Like, I am entitled to have every woman on this earth be how I want her to be. And if not, then I'm going to be upset and angry with her. It was just very strange indeed. So there we have it. That was the self-love lesson I learned from today's video. So on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I am out. I am so tired. I did the damn thing today, and my face is looking absolutely wonderful and amazing. I was concerned that, releasing so much weight that my face had become too slim, but I like it. I like it. I think it looks pretty. I think it's very pretty. All right, and some of my bags went away. Like I had laugh lines that were a lot more indented here, and those have gone down some. So I'm happy about that. I put up a picture on Instagram and my Facebook page asking for tips on how to keep these glutes nice and pumped up, because I feel like they have flattened down a little bit. But on that note, you can go answer on Instagram or on the Facebook page, which is Tonya TKO Show. This show today was sponsored by the Text Notification Squad. If you want to join the Text Notification Squad, go to TonyaTKO.com, click on text, or just go to TonyaTKO.com/text. Join the Text Notification Squad. You get a text whenever I go live. It's $1.99 a month plus tax, or $4.99 a month if you're international, and you'll get a text right to your phone. That way you never miss another live show, and that is a way for you to support the show. Today's show was also sponsored by the people who sent apples in. So thank you all for the love and the support. Thank you, Steve. Let me give a shout out to the people who sent apples. Thank you, Steve, Jamie, L, Sunny, Kyrie, and Joy. Thank you all so much for sending apples in today's broadcast, and I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I am out. Let me bust a little wine for you all before we go out the door. Come on, everybody. If you at home, especially if you just finished eating at nearly 9 p.m., you need to get up and walk up yourself too. Go bust a sweat real quick. Come on. Oh. Let's bust a quick wine. Come on. Oh, I step on my thing. Oh, here we go. Come on. Hey, I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO and I'm out. Come on, bust a wine with me. Come on. Hey. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you to everybody who participated. Thank you to all of the callers. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to the Text Notification Squad and all of the people who sent in cash apples. I will see you all in the next broadcast. Make sure that you're subscribed and that you come back for more.